Wow. Congratulations to all of you. What a wonderful celebration of your careers here at KGI and the beginnings of your new life, and we are so proud of all of you. We have a couple of things that we have to do before we can begin celebration. The first one is probably relatively easy. You can switch your tassels from right to left. Everybody. Everybody gets to switch their tassels. You have heard some wonderful talks and some wonderful spirit here today. And it was about following dreams and taking risks and doing things that require a commitment. And I think it speaks to what we all do here as an institution and what you've done here at KGI. What you heard from Mrs. Riggs, who eloquently told you the story of how she and Hank created the core of the team that took the chance and made the commitment to start a completely new academic institution with a unique mission and novel educational approaches, is inspiring. They didn't just have ambitions, of course. They had the courage of their vision, the wisdom of commitment, and the wisdom to assemble and engage a group of distinguished experts, and they had the commitment to tell those many who said it could not be done, and I only paraphrase, just you wait. With nearly 1,500 alumni now in the life sciences and healthcare industry, with new innovation, interdisciplinary education, and an unfailingly strong relation to the leaders in healthcare and life sciences, we together, all of us together, are changing the world. And I would say to our founders, well done and thank you. I want to just talk for just a moment about what we have all done together. And I think it's important that we remember at this time, this is a journey not just for you, but for us as KGI. And I want to just quote someone from one of you, and I will not identify, who said that her fondest memories of KGI were that we created a diverse, vibrant, and innovative ecosystem that provides real-world experience with both great companies and caring providers. She said most memorably, the diversity of professional experiences, worldviews, and individual passions challenged my thinking and expanded my understanding of the world. It's a really apt metaphor to talk about us as an ecosystem, because all the parts of an ecosystem have to work together and change together and be in harmony. And I think we've really had something special, and I just want to kind of talk about how, as I say, I hope we have given you a story, but you certainly have given us a story. I would caution you to remember that some of you actually may have started a year ago here at this very place, because we didn't quite have the housing finished, and some of you actually lived here at the Sheraton. Well, I'm certainly jealous of someone coming in and cleaning the room every day. It probably wasn't your ideal of a place to live as a graduate student. But we've made a great deal of progress, and I hope we all get to visit the Riggs Student Center. And I can tell you that there is actually water in the pool, so we can celebrate together. You also probably remember, some of you, when we built a whole lot of new classrooms, we didn't quite think through that what goes along with bathrooms is, can anyone guess? Excuse me, classrooms is bathrooms. I gave it away, so much for telling jokes. Anyway, but you recall looking around in some of the hallways in our building, and it looked kind of like the doubleheader at Dodger Stadium, waiting for the restrooms, and we had executive restrooms brought out to the back of the building. We've come a long way, and we've had a great time. You've also endured, many of you, the losing of your dean of our School of Pharmacy. But what you've seen from that is people who step up because we have a team. Dean Oram stepped in to take it, and we keep that spirit alive. And because of what we have as a team, but because we have as a group of all of us, we made a great deal in moving forward and keeping Dr. Webster's dreams alive. I know that all of you pharmacy graduates are probably taking notes right now to make sure you haven't forgotten any of Dr. Kang's top 300 drugs. The side effects are still as important as they were before. I remember seeing some of you cramming for OSCEs, and I do recall deeply your Shark Tank experience in Dr. Simonian's class. You'll recall that there was one judge who was especially recalcitrant and not susceptible to education about drugs. We learn a lot together. We also know that you had the experience of being put in places where you didn't have all of the right answers. In fact, there were no right answers. One of the best experiences for all of you, I think, is in Dr. Nims's class, where she doesn't just put you in a place where you don't know the direction. Sometimes, I think, from what you've said, you don't even know what ocean you're in. But by the end of that experience, you've learned a great deal, and you've learned that sometimes there's no right answer. It's a learning experience, and we all learn together from it and your insight. And that's what's so exciting about us all being together. I know you, in the bioprocessing program, have certainly learned about 24-hour vigils to watch cells. And I see the amount of coffee and chocolate and food consumed, and I realize that certainly bioprocessing runs on food. And it's exciting that all of you have taken part in that participation, especially those of you who came here starting as biologists and are leaving today as engineers. We are so proud of you. I also want to just mention that you had some experiences with building business plans. Those of you who won the business plan competitions understand a great deal now about what it's like to work with entrepreneurs and the good and the bad and what that might entail. But you've done a fabulous job in learning that, again, sometimes there's no right answer, and it's just really exciting to learn the process. The pharmacists, or doctors of pharmacy today, spent the last year, I'm sure, learning that in many, many cases, it's not obvious what the answer is. You have to figure it out, but you have the basis, you have the core, and together, again, we all work together and learn from all of you. I want to say that what you've learned as well is that sometimes it's how you think about things that is as important as what conclusion you come to. As Jim so ably said, sometimes you don't know what it is you even don't know, and you have to work it through with all of the basis and all of the friends and all the assets that we bring together as a community. Well, now, I do know what the lubricant for all of this is, because I did a very, very accurate calculation, and I have calculated that the class of 2019 has consumed 28,821 pieces of that horrible pizza. I was going to do the calculation of how many bagels we had, but that's just way too many assumptions and probably too tough. But I want to just say that we have done a lot together. We are a community. We work together. We learn together, and we are an ecosystem. And it's the proudest thing I can do to welcome you to our community of professionals and life science professionals and healthcare professionals. You have done a wonderful job, and we welcome you to our community as scholars and scientists and practitioners. As you know, we often say that this institution is focused on our student success, and that is a deep truth for all of us. The values which are deeply embedded into this institution have hopefully given you the opportunity to make your dreams come true. They are making our dreams come true every day. So today, I look out with pride and optimism. I see a future more scientifically driven and ethically centered, because I know you are dreaming and creating that future. You will continue to gain experience and build on the solid foundation that we formed together. So please, everyone, join me in congratulating the class of 2019 one more time, and we celebrate their future and their achievements and their goals.